Catholics welcome new members. Members withdraw from Bougainville elections. And Lira Kume leaves for Australia.
This is National EMTV News with Mary Bartolo.
Welcome and thank you for joining me on this Easter Sunday. It was the night of the blood moon last night, and according to NASA, the Pacific had the best view of this astronomical phenomenon as it occurred during our nighttime. For many Christians throughout PNG, it was a fitting occurrence during this Easter weekend as the faithful commemorated the death of Jesus Christ. This footage of the blood moon is supplied by Cornerstone Gateway Church in Gordons here in the nation's capital. It was captured right after the Easter evening service. According to NASA, this phenomenon is called a tetra, where 4 blood moons occur in a 12-month period. This is the third of this cycle of blood moons. The last is expected around September this year. In PNG, the moon started going red at around 10 p.m. If you missed this one, make sure you catch the one in September, as a tetra occurs once every 500 years. 60 children were welcomed into the Catholic community through the baptism sacrament this morning. The baptism ceremony held at the St. Joseph's Catholic Parish in Port Moresby coincided with the Easter Mass. These children are the second batch to be baptized this Easter.
It was a humid morning, but many faithful braved the heat as they joined in the celebrations of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. For many families this morning, it was a double celebration as they witnessed the baptism of their loved ones. The baptism serves as the beginning of a spiritual journey for these children. They were baptized with water, anointed with oil, and later lit candles from the main Easter candle. The baptism through water symbolizes the cleansing of the original sin for these children. The anointing of oil symbolizes the inner strength and is a reminder that the Holy Ghost will be their companion in their spiritual journey. The lighting of candles represents the light of Christ. It will act as a light for the young Christians. The Drisso family is a long way from home, but were joyous nonetheless for the baptism of their baby, Mary.
It's been a pleasant to be away from home. We are very, very proud to be here and be with the national guys.
It is a Catholic tradition where children are baptized on special dates of the Catholic calendar.
I give all credit to the Bubus, both my parents and her father's mom, yes, for preparing her for this day.
Last year, 70 children were baptized during Easter. For parents and godparents, many see the baptism of their children as a positive step in life and would like to see their faith grow as they grow older. Tekla Gunga, National EMTV News.
Despite the majority of people in the country attending Easter camps and services, the Gordons Police Station in Port Moresby was flooded with suspects on different charges. Angry neighbours at Gordon's Heron Street called for police to arrest a youth who was under the influence of alcohol and behaving disorderly in public. Gordon's police acted swiftly and apprehended the youth, and he was brought to the station for questioning. On the same note, a parent willingly tied up his son and handed him over to police for allegedly smoking marijuana, drinking homebrew, theft and slaughtering of animals in the wildlife area outside Port Moresby. The suspect is detained at the Gordons Police Station.
First time mix him come, me lock him 6 months, now to mix him come back.
The oil search Baton relay started its journey in the West Sepik province and has made its way to the East Sepik, where it was welcomed by Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare himself. Here are the highlights of the relay through the Sepik provinces.
The first week of the Oil Search Pacific Games Relay has seen us visit the 2 Sepik provinces. Here are the highlights captured by relay team member Madness Photography. The relay began in Vanimo town, and from there we flew by small airplane to Telefomin, PNG's highest town. To Nuku, to a spectacular Sing Sing, and Lumi, home of the famous Tenkili Conservation Centre and the Sandown Tumbuans. The next day saw us at the Indonesian border to watch the sunrise as the Baton Primary School sang our national anthem. From here, a convoy of motorbikes escorted us through Baton village and the coastal towns famous for their surfing, ending at Lido village where Tura took his first surfing lesson. We headed off by slow boat to the village of Warupu and the Sasana Lagoon, site of the tsunami disaster. We were late arriving to this Sing Sing welcome and spent the night after the seas became too rough to leave. Bright and early the next day, and on a faster boat, we set off for Tamaleo Island and Itapi. From there, our convoy left on the very scenic coastal Sepik Highway. The dramatic scenery reminding the team of movie scenes from Avatar and Jurassic Park. A warm welcome and handover at the border with East Sepik, and the Baton was off on the eastern side of the highway to Wewak. Thousands lined the highway as we drove the 6-hour trip. In East Sepik, we were warmly welcomed by Grand Chief Sir Michael Samari and taken on a relay to remember around the town. Thousands joined in to be part of the relay experience, standing on roofs and containers in order to see over the crowds. A helicopter trip out to Drekike Station, and then we were off to Maprik by vehicle in preparation for our next 4 days on the mighty Sepik River. If you would like to share your favourite relay moment, visit Round in PNG 2015 on Facebook or Twitter and upload your best photo today.
You're watching Sunday's news. Among stories after the break, police impersonators arrested. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. To an update of the autonomous Bougainville government general elections now, and 4 seats of the Bougainville House of Representatives will not be defended. This is because those who occupied them are either not contesting or have contested other seats. We now join our journalist in Buka, Fabian Hakalitz, with more.
4 members of the Bougainville House of Representatives will not defend their seats in this year's 3rd autonomous Bougainville government general election. According to information from the Bougainville Electoral Commission, 4 members are Nisan constituency member Leo Haneth, Kokora constituency member Joseph Bausina, Central Bougainville former combatant representative David Sisito, and South Bougainville former combatant representative Michael Leiter. 2 combatant representatives decided to contest their constituency seats, Sisito South Nasio and Leiter for Marcus. Mr. Bausina's reasons not defending his seat is unknown. Former national parliamentarian Leo Haneth is believed to exit due to health reasons. Meantime, the 5th seat currently vacant is Bolave constituency, Bana South Bougainville, following death of member late Lawrence Wakai early this year. Fabian Hakalitz, National EMTV News, Buka.
A police tip-off has led to the confiscation of over 30 bags of betel nut at the Erima roundabout in Port Moresby. Gordon's police station commander, Mark Mosinakave, says the suspects will be dealt seriously as police uniforms were found in their possession as well.
Around 8 a.m. this morning, Gordon's police were told a white Toyota Land Cruiser passed the Laloki checkpoint and was on its way into the city. The suspected vehicle was loaded with bags of betel nut with a street value of over 20,000 kina. The tip-off was followed, resulting in police apprehending 2 suspects along the Erima Drive.
While intercepting the vehicle, the driver and the officer, they offered 1,500 kina to my policemen, which they rejected. And
Commander Mosinakave told EMTV the 2 suspects will be dealt on separate charges for smuggling betel nut and the use of regular police uniforms.
And I will question them further as to how they got the uniform, how they evaded the roadblock at Laloki.
The case is not the first of its kind, as the public has been reporting on alleged cooperation among policemen and individuals who smuggled betel nut into the city for its sales and distribution. The 2 suspects are detained at the Gordon cell blocks, while the vehicle used is also impounded at the station. Commander Mosinakave urged the public to refrain from such illegal activities and help maintain a clean and healthy city.
We're going to dispose them off at depot. That's where they dispose all the betel nut, and see what kind of appropriate actions we're going to take on the driver and the officer that would transport them should take ownership of the beautification program, help assist the governor.
The confiscated betel nut bags were stored inside the Gordon's police station, awaiting authorities from the NCD Boy Control Unit. Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
Tulele Pesa, a local non-government organization of Bougainville, has thanked the United Nations for recognizing its work and effort on resettling islanders of the sinking Carteret's Island. Tulele Pesa received the Global Equator Prize for demonstrating sustainable development and resilience as the first community in Papua New Guinea that championed community climate change refugee relocation. Our journalist in Buka, Fabian Hakelitz, visited the Tinsput's relocation site in North Bougainville.
Tulele Pesa was selected from over 1,200 nominations of 121 countries worldwide, recognized for its relocation and adaptation program of the Carteret Islanders, beginning with Tinput's land allocated by the Catholic Church. The community approach to relocation has offered positive resettlement model for other atolls in the autonomous region of Bougainville. Executive Director Ursula Rakova says the relocation has offered unexpected benefits of improving inter-island trade, serving to enhance local resilience and livelihoods.
Mission given to Tulele Pesa basically is going to boost our efforts in making sure that more Carteret Islanders are relocated in the other 3 sites awaiting to be worked on.
So far, 8 families were relocated to Tinputs. Ursula says more people are expected to be relocated from the 2,700 still living on the island.
The efforts we are trying to basically move these people from the island to Tinputs, Tiaruki, Mabiri and Chimba. It's not a lot of land, but this is the efforts we can do to contribute in making sure that our people are safe.
Life has changed so far. Islanders are living in semi-permanent houses with water tanks, food gardens and planting cash crops like cocoa to earn a living. What the Carteret Islanders want to see is for the national and autonomous Bougainville governments to seriously address climate change issues. Fabian Hakelitz, National EMTV News, Buka.
PNG Power Limited is testing new energy-efficient fluorescent tubes at the head office in Port Moresby. These new lights will replace the old T8 lights, which many of the PNG homes are using. It will save up to more than 200 kilowatts of energy.
This is part of the implementation of the Asian Development Bank's Promoting Efficient Energy project. Once the replacement work is completed at the PNG Power head office, they will establish a post-load survey to test the reduction of power and the corresponding energy consumption. The difference is that the old T8 lamps have magnetic ballast and consumes 46 watts of power. The new T5 lights have electronic ballast, so it will only consume 31 watts. An audit in 2013 by PPL shows that the T5 lights will have an annual cost savings of over 200,000 kina and energy savings of 218,188 kilowatts. It is expected to save diesel fuel of up to 52,245 liters and a greenhouse savings of 134 tons of carbon dioxide. The replacements of the lights were bought by the Asian Development Bank under the Promoting Energy Efficiency in the Pacific Phase 2 project. Vasinata Yama, National EMTV News.
All right, Trukai Sports is next. We have details on our Soccer World Cup preparations and Rugby League. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Oceania Football Confederation President David Chung says preparations are already in place for PNG to host the Women's Under-20 World Cup. FIFA's inspection team will be in the country by the third week of April, with options to host the tournament in Port Moresby, Lae and either Kokopo or Wewak.
Recommendations will be made on the various outer centres to meet the minimum standards required by FIFA to host the event. Costs have yet to be brought into consideration.
For the inspection of the stadium, then have a clear idea between the facilities upgrading and between hosting the events. Because the responsibility, it all comes to responsibility. What FIFA is responsible, what we are responsible to give us an accurate budget.
A legacy program is now on the cards, with Chung looking at hosting the event and the benefits post.
See why do we host it? What is behind it? The legacy. In every World Cup that every country hosts, you have to have a legacy program. After the World Cup, what is beneficial? Of course, it will benefit the women's football in this country. I wouldn't want to elaborate it now. So after my meeting with
Fiji and New Zealand are currently preparing for both the Oceania Champions League and Under-20 World Cup for men. And Papua New Guinea could soon follow suit in hosting high-level international competitions.
It's the biggest headache we have. Flights. The cheapest in equalization cost is always Fiji and New Zealand. But of course, I will not say everything must go to both.
Further decisions are still pending upon recommendations to be given by PNGFA through the Oceania Football Confederation.
Decisions with FIFA together, we need to make a decision, because I cannot make the decision. I can recommend to FIFA. FIFA needs to look at it and then say, okay, it's good enough for this.
And David Chung remains optimistic. Jeremy Moggy, National, EMTV Sports.
To rugby league now, and today Gulf Isapea player Leroy Kume left the country for Australia after signing a one-year contract with the Mackay brothers. He said he has no long-term goals whilst in Australia, but will make the use of every opportunity that comes his way. He said his aim is to get into the Mackay Cutters team and will have to work hard and commit to his new role. Godwin Eki reports.
Leroy Kume left the country today for Australia to join the Mackay brothers. Leroy was farewelled by his dad and other siblings at the Jacksons International Airport. Leroy was originally contracted for 3 years with the Mackay brothers, but he was only granted 1 year. He said 1 year is more than enough to perform to his best in the team.
James Josiah Nomane, he actually he had some contacts down there, so they actually advertised they were looking for props to play. So he said, well, I've got an experienced prop here with me, and that was me. And he said, yeah, that's where they said, okay. So what I did was I submitted a letter of interest with my resume and all that, and they were interested, and yeah, we went on, and that's how it is. I ended up getting this contract.
Leroy has gained so much experiences in the past playing for various teams in the country. He is willing to show his new teammates in Australia his experiences and also to gain much needed support through rugby league.
For the first 3 weeks or so, I will be going into, they've offered me a coaching, I'd say certificate myself. I will do a coaching certificate. I will be going into getting Australian level 1 coaching.
While in Australia, Leroy will also be working with 2 schools in Mackay, conducting school-based coaching as a development officer. He thanked the former SP Hunters CEO Brett Tassel for his help for making his trip possible, and also his sponsors, his family and all the people that were behind the organising team. Leroy will spend 12 months in Mackay, Queensland, Australia, playing for Mackay brothers, who he signed a contract with. While in Australia, Leroy will work as a development officer, conducting coaching clinic for school kids under 10, 12 and 14 years of age. Godwin Eki, National, EMTV Sports.
The Kandiu Easter Cup kicked off on Friday at EP Park at Hohola. Going head-to-head, the competition consisted of teams from all over Port Moresby suburbs in what turned out to be an Easter fest of exciting football. MTV's Shane Saroya has more.
Under the scorching heat of Port Moresby's sun, Hohola Easter Cup competitors didn't feel the rock-hard surface of the EP Park field as teams rubbed shoulders and tested each other's strengths. The match between the Annex Brothers and Tokarara Eagles was a clash of rivalry. The Annex Brothers came up with early line breaks and teasing their opponents with completion of sets and ball possession. It was before the final hooter, the NX brothers' dynamic duo, Wani Tupolam and Frankie Toles, combined to set up a fantastic try in the corner which ended the match with a 4-0 score in favor of the brothers. The third game between the Southern Tambuaks and the Gerahu Young Guns lifted the local crowd with just minutes into the first half. The halves combined to send a runner to score under the uprights. Then minutes later, a stunning individual brilliance by Young Guns winger Agualani Kamea, who scored the match winner under the black dot. The Raintree Pirates and the 2-4 Warriors clash was a nail-biter, which saw the Pirates edging the Warriors 6 points to 2. The Freeway Bumpers ran out on the field with shoulders held high as the reigning premiers with back-to-back wins in previous Governors' Cup tournaments. Their opponents, the JV Tigers, put on a good show, but the Freeway Boys proved why they are the reigning champions, crossing over the line twice, sealing the game on 12 points with the Tigers tailing on 2 points. The competition will continue over the Easter weekend with teams vying for a spot in the semis and final playoffs on Monday. Shane, Saroya National MTV Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The weather details up next.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region, Port Moresby, fine although cloudy at times, a few showers in Daru and Kerema, and fine weather for Alotau and Popondetta. In the Momasa region, all centres fine except Ley. You can expect cloudy periods at times. To the New Guinea Islands region, all centres fine except Buka. Well, Buka's mostly fine as well. And in the Highlands region, all centres, brief evening showers and morning fog. And that has been the news, sports and weather for this Easter Sunday, the 5th of April 2015 from the MTV News team. Pleasant viewing. Good night.